Hello everybody, welcome back. Late model, stock car fixed series time, South Boston. Probably one of my worst tracks in all short track racing regardless of the car. Just short flat tracks I've never been good at, never been able to figure out how to get around here quickly and add the late model stock car onto it and it's even worse. So just barely made what I'm assuming is the top split. Qualified 13th. Believe it or not, there was actually about a tenth between third place all the way through 14th for qualifying time. So it can be really tough to pass, pretty tight. Goal is just going to be to try to keep it clean, not wear out the right front, avoid the wrecks, and just see if I can try to pick up some spots. Justin, the two should run away with it, but let's see what we can do.
Okay, Jake, here we go.
Off and
Green,
rolling.
green.
Up through the gears into turn one.
You got one right side.
I'll hug the bottom for now.
Still there.
Trying to get on the throttle quickly without over-rotating
there.
it off the corner, heating up the right front too much, or
Still
the right
there.
rear too much.
Hold your line.
I was actually doing
Right
a pretty good
side.
job battling on my outside.
Keep it steady. Still there. He's still there. Keep digging. Clear outside.
5 come down, the 11 up in front, got a little loose off of turn 2, that kind of stacked us up. 5 gets the run on the outside. The 11 can't get it going, I may work the outside.
That was a 15.50.
One spin up there, completely clogs up the track.
Clear up high.
Get through that with no incident points somehow, despite making a little bit of contact. Trying to shift to 5th gear for some stupid reason, and unfortunately that spread the entire field out, so yeah, up to 11th, but gonna be tough to make too many more spots up barring any wrecks. That's just a clog the track up, South Boston wreck with nowhere to go.
10th position.
Only downside to not having cautions, if you lift or get stuck behind something,
The gap in
you
front
are
is
going to
now
lose the cars in front.
0.83. There's a car leaving the pits. That lap was a 15.22.
We're going to try to work back to the 11 and the 5 if I can. They both did get through that in front of me. Biggest thing is for me to not overdrive the entry. Use the throttle to kind of help rotate the center without getting on it too hard, and not slide it too much off the corner to heat up that right rear. Do have the standings up just so I can kind of check when I get a free second, see what kind of lap times I'm running compared to the leaders. If I don't get to look live, I can go back afterwards and review it, kind of gauge my progress of how I'm learning. Too much rotation there off the corner. Running about the same lap times as the 11 in front. I will try turn 3 a little bit, I feel like.
The lap time
Seem
was
to be apexing it a little bit
15.24.
earlier. Later apex may help, but I don't want to increase the corner too much and slow me down. Later apex could help from running up the right front as well. Start with 3/4 of a second back. There's another bad turn up 4. Slid the car way too much. It was full throttle a little too early, and I overdrove 1 and 2 that time. $60 laps here though, so we're not even to the quarter mark yet. Plenty of racing to go.
The track temperature's rising. It's now
Plenty of time
87
for
Fahrenheit.
me to screw up the tires.
The gap ahead is now 0.88.
Losing a little bit of time up to the 11 ahead. Pressure from behind from the 14. 4 is actually in between the two of us.
That lap time was 15.32.
Overdrove turn 3 really bad there.
That lap time was 15.37. The gap in front is now 0.78.
Trying to carry a little bit of momentum into the corner without overdriving it too much. Feel like we're closing in a little bit on the 11, and I'm running about half a tenth or so a lap off of the leaders.
15.38.
It's a long way to go, so tire wear may come into play.
You've just done a 15.36.
3 cars up ahead are
The gap
4
in front is
position.
now 0.79.
Bad exit out of 4 there. Feel like I overdrove turn 1 a little bit.
15.41.
Smoke. I think that was a lap car. I just screwed up my line through 3 and 4. Sun's going behind the clouds.
Okay, Jake. Lap times are pretty consistent.
Bad turn 2.
The gap ahead is now 0.91.
11 is pulled away, but it looks like he's closing up on the 5. Feel like I'm losing a little bit of drive off the corner compared to the 11. Trying to drive the thing as straight off the corner as I can. 11's to the back bumper of the 5. Really bad turn 2.
The gap ahead is now 1.00.
Not a great turn 4.
You've just done a 15.49.
We're still behind. Overdrove turn 3 really bad. Five's letting the 11 by. I think he knows if he held him up, it would draw me in quicker. I tapped the wall like an idiot.
Alright, Jake, the next car is Berger.
Drove 1 and 2. Like I apexed there a little too early into 3 and 4. Cost myself some time.
Your lap time was...
Get back to a little bit of a later
15.52.
entry. See if we can get to the 5 and get by him before the end of this. We are halfway done now. Still overdriving turn 1.
Halfway home, we've got plenty of fuel. That lap was at 15.48.
Oven's done really well on tires. He's working his way forward.
That was a 15.50. Good consistency.
Entries a
Keep 'em
little
coming.
bit. Move the brake bias back a little bit to kind of help the entry as I completely screw up 3 and 4 there. Wow, what a terrible corner.
You've just done a 15.59.
Levin's working to the inside of the 6th. I was going to try to take advantage of that, get to his inside, not quite there yet. They're all going to be on a line. Down the backstretch, I tap the wall again like an idiot. 5 pushes it way wide. falls back from the 6 and the 11. We close up 4s, get to our back bumper. I've overdrove the entry a little bit there into 3. We've got a slow car down low. I smack the wall. Just was watching him and turn too far to the right. Closing in on 20 to go. Overdrove turn 3.
Your lap time was 15.56.
Horse seemed pretty respectful so far, so hopefully he doesn't insert his way into this battle and lets us sort it out.
You've just done a 15.52.
Definitely closing in on the 5 and the 6. I think the 6 might be a little bit slower than the 5. To get underneath them on corner exit, I think. Turns the 6, lock it up. Put a 2x out of contact with the 5, 6 pulls away. We got the 1, about a third of a lap behind. Try to the inside of the 6 here.
He's still there.
6 just turns down into us. Not quite sure what that was about. He's going to give us a bump. Not sure what he's upset about. We got 1 around. That was the 14. I'm not really quite sure what the 6 is really upset about, because worked underneath them off of turn 2 and into 3, and he just turned down into us. I don't know. We'll check it out afterwards. Closing in on 15 to go. Next time by, we'll have 15 to go. I'm just overdriving it now. And I've got 3 seconds ahead to the 11, so I don't think I'm going to be going any further forward than 8th, unless something happens. 15 to go once we cross the line. Fortunate that got the 2x out of it, but 2x that could not do anything about.
P8, your last lap time was at 15.60.
Falling further off the pace compared to the leaders. He's opened up quite a bit. 2/10 was the difference the last time.
Your lap times are improving.
Got it down to a 10th and a half, a little over 10th and a half, but not what I wanted to see. Though I know this is a track that I struggle with. Just feel like I'm overdriving it, cooking everything as I slide off and get the wall again like an idiot. Still a lot of work to do in this car. I'm still not good at all. And you had one of my worst track types, and it's even more exaggerated. I feel like I probably cooked the right front and made this thing way too tight on entry.
You're pulling away from the guy behind. The gap's now 1.77.
Need a brake bias adjustment to see if that helps at all. Don't know if it will, but take a shot at it. Just feel like I'm overdriving it a little too much.
That was 15.64.
Under 10 to go now.
Your lap time was at 15.
Goal is to just stay ahead of the 1 if I can.
Okay, Jake.
Last time by, we're just under 2/10 slower than the 1.
Just done at 15.63. The gap behind is now 3.9 seconds.
Losing time to the 11 and the 13 as I completely screw up 1 and 2 there. 1 is closing in, but only 5 to go.
That lap time was 15.70.
Sorry for the boring race at this point where I'm all alone. Just
The gap in
different
front
wrecks
is
have
now
kind of spread the
4.6.
field out, I feel like, along with difference in pace. 11 with a great run from the
That
back.
was a 15.65.
Although clean track here at South Boston is usually pretty hard to come by, so not unappreciated at all. 3 to go.
2 laps left. The gap in front is now 4.3. You've got 1 gallon left.
White flag next time by.
White flag, last lap.
Leader's like a corner in front or behind. As I completely push wide out of turn 4, I had to lift to save it. White flag for me. Leaders grab
White
the
flag,
win.
1 more to go. The guy in front is Roy.
Move up, 8th place finish. Take that. Obviously not good last laps. We'll take it overall.
P8, there's the finish. Good drive.
Sure, the tires are not very good. Let's take a look at a couple of things. See what they look like. Get the overlay off. Let's look. 5077, yeah. Just way overcooked the right front. Just terrible driving on my part. So let's take a look at a little bit of contact that happened. You can see where everything's stacked up. Alright, so we were working inside. There was the 11 where he got loose. Had to check up. And up ahead is where the wreck's going to be, I believe. Alright. So let's see here what happens. This was between the 10 and the 6. So 10 gets a little loose on the outside, then loops it, comes back down the track, checks up behind. You see him spinning, they go high, everybody just checks up, and it clogs the track at that point. No real place to go. And then from my perspective, jumped on the brakes as hard as I could, try to keep it off. You can see I was locking it up. And behind there was that. So then we're going to go fast forward to where's the next one. So this was behind the 6 first block car, the 54, and the 5, it was the 18. And I've got the 4 behind me here, who's the 75 on the roof. I think the 6, between the 3 of us, was the slowest. 5 was catching him, so was I. So you're going to see the 5 just overdrives, it gets in the back of the 6, and again, I had nowhere to go. Lock it up. 6 pulls away. And then we will fast forward. Actually, I'm going to get registered for the ARCA race really quick. Sorry, normally I don't like to show this, but I want to make sure I get in that one. I know, shame me for using the website. All right, so get back to that. Sorry about that. Should have done that prior to getting in the race, but that's okay. So then, line that just a hair, catching the 6. He opens, just overdrives 1. Let's see. So we're going into the corner. I took my normal line. He just pushed way wide. I don't know if he overdrove it or what. So we'll look at it from his perspective. he starts coming back down the track. Like, I don't know where he thinks I'm gonna be. Like, I didn't dive the apron. I literally just rode the yellow line. It's I could understand if I dove onto the apron that it's gonna be my responsibility to come back up, but I'm literally running left sides on the yellow line, and he's coming down underneath this first lane marker. Just turning down. I'm basically drifting, a tire width. The left sides were somewhere around here, and now we're up to here. So, a tire width up, maybe a little less. That's really not all that unreasonable. And I think what he's upset about is netcode there. But I mean, you can't come down half the lane when I'm on the inside, and we are, at the point I drove in deeper, but wasn't pushing up into him. We're door to door at this point, like, even. So he can't come down and take down an entire lane, basically, or entire car width, basically. Like, not really quite sure what the heck he's unhappy about, and then he's just gonna run in and then just tries to spin me out. Somehow able to hold it. He gets loose and allows me to pull away. Yeah, I don't know. 60-72 was out of the second place finisher. So I drove it on the right front too much. I was 10% under and 5% over there, which means I just had it tipped on the right front way too much. So I guess happy with an eighth place finish to avoid all the wrecks. Last car in the lead lap. Not really quite sure what the deal with the six was. Let me know if you think I did anything wrong there. Everybody else, I just was in the wrong line and locked it up, trying to do the best I can. It's South Boston. It's hard to avoid them when they stack up that bad. So keep working on it. Keep trying to find time in relation to Justin. He's just that quick. That is the absolute highest benchmark to try to get to. So feel free to let me know what you guys think about everything we looked at. Again, sorry for a little break there, regging the next race, but try to get that out for you as well to end the week. And hopefully you guys enjoy that. It was definitely an action-packed race here, so keep trying to improve, and hopefully next week we'll see some progress. So let me know comments. Love to hear from you guys. And until the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.